Public affairs broadcasting from Rockingham County Radio, on the air and on demand. RCR24.com.
Good morning and welcome to Community Accents. I am Casey Vincent, Executive Director for the United Way of Rockingham County. Our guest today is Heather Whitsett, Executive Director of the Reidsville Y. But before we speak with Heather, I'd like to take a moment to discuss the United Way of Rockingham County. We are an independent, nonprofit organization that works through community partnerships to help our students be successful in school, make sure basic needs are met, keep our community safe and healthy, and ensure independence and dignity for the elderly. The United Way is not a top-down organization. It is not governed statewide or worldwide agencies, nor does it receive funding from any external source. The money raised for each annual campaign is allocated to human service programs throughout the community, with a small portion of the money targeted for operational expense. Approximately 95 to 98% of the money raised each year stays in Rockingham County. The remaining goes to designations outside the county and to United Way Worldwide membership fee, which provides access to training and marketing materials. Most of you have seen United Way advertisements, heard of United Way, and perhaps even participated in a United Way campaign through your employer. Many of our United Way supporters have retired or changed employers and no longer have the employee campaign to participate in or the payroll deduction option. This has made it hard for us at the United Way to locate our loyal and past donors. Please know that we need your support, now more than ever. If you have not received a mailing from the United Way office, it is because we do not have your contact information and do not know how to get in touch with you. Please consider reaching out to us by phone at 336-342-7768, by mail at Post Office Box 317, Wentworth, North Carolina 27375, or donate on our website at www.uwrockingham.org. In today's world, we all have many philanthropic choices to choose from. We hope that when we make a donation, the money will make a difference in someone's life. With the United Way of Rockingham County, you know your donation will make a difference. Your donation to the United Way helps numerous lives right here in Rockingham County. We invest local dollars in 31 local programs and services to meet local needs. These programs generate sustained impact in our community, focusing on education, financial stability, and health and safety. Programs are monitored and evaluated by a committee of local community members to ensure that donors' dollars are making a positive impact. Through this transparency, you know exactly where your money is invested and the effect it has on our local Rockingham County community. Good morning, Heather. Thank you for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Kind of as an introduction, could you tell the listeners a little bit about your title and your role within the YMCA?
Sure. I am the Executive Director of the Reidsville YMCA. I have been back in this position for about 9 years now. Been with the YMCA of Greensboro for 15 years and started as a soccer referee here at the Reidsville Y.
Oh, wow.
So it's been a long, fun journey. Definitely love my job. I'm blessed to have it for sure. It's also very helpful that the Reidsville Y is part of the YMCA of Greensboro because we do receive support and some funding to help us out. It's just a lot easier to have buying power for whatnot, even for something as simple as summer camp t-shirts when you're looking at hundreds of children versus just one, 35, 40 person camp.
Absolutely. I guess, how many are in this Greensboro? Because I know you and Eden both are.
And Western Rockingham.
And Western Rockingham.
Yep, and then we have the Hayes-Taylor Y, the Bryan Y, Spears Y, Ragsdale Y, and the Stony Creek YMCA, which is in Whitsett.
Oh, wow. So it is a group of you that can help with that purchasing power.
Exactly.
And help each other out also, I assume.
We do. We lend staff back and forth and, of course, ideas. we reappropriate or steal the best ideas, because there's no reason to reinvent the wheel. So that's always very helpful.
Absolutely. Well, the United Way of Rockingham County funds several different programs with the Reidsville Y. Let's talk about the after-school program that you guys offer.
Sure. We are doing things a little bit differently this year, and it's been going really well. We take the children from South End Elementary, and we actually transport them to Williamsburg. So we have one larger site, and we've found that just with the addition of different children, it changes the dynamics. So you're not only with the children you're with during the school day, but you have children from another school that you really wouldn't participate with. And so, you know, when you spend a lot of time with the same people, there can be some aggravation, so that actually lessens it. It also allows us to have 3 staff people there on site. So again, it's helpful with our large group games and things of that nature. If you have 35 kids versus, you know, split sites, it's more fun for the kids, and the counselors get a lot out of it as well.
Wonderful. How does that program kind of work? What do the kids do there in a typical afternoon?
Sure. We have things that the children definitely like, and we have things that the parents definitely like. So one of the parents,
I'm hoping one of those is homework.
It is. That would be the top grab for the parents. We do kind of transition the children into after school. They'll have a snack and, you know, get a little bit of downtime because they've been at work all day.
Yeah.
So we give them a little bit of rest, and then we go ahead and knock that homework out. And with the numbers that we have, what we found is we split the groups in half. So we help about 15, 16 kids while the others do a small group game, and then we rotate. So that's been good. Again, additional staff people to get that done. The goal is to have it 100% completed, and it typically happens. The other thing that we have is we have great longevity with our employees. So they know the teachers, they know the principal, and they feel comfortable reaching out and seeing if they believe that a child is struggling, and just having conversations with teachers to see what works well for them. They'll carry that over and make sure that it works well in the after-school program as well. So knock out that homework, and then we go into the big organized group game, and the kids really do like that. And we try to do games that kind of are in line with our character traits: caring, respect, responsibility, honesty, and faith. And we focus on one of those each week and kind of carry it through the week from a daily devotion, again incorporating it into those group games. And the kids just, they learn to expect it, and they really do enjoy it. They really do like
Respond well to that.
They do, just enough structure. And then towards the end of the afternoon, evening, around 5 o'clock, we do a lot of smaller games because we're having children picked up. So the numbers fluctuate quite a bit. We also do clinics throughout the school year. So we'll bring in some of our soccer superstars or tennis or basketball and go over those things. And you know, the kids are all at different levels, and that's okay. We figure out how to make that work and make sure no one feels singled out. So that's been helpful for them. They do come to the Y and swim. They love that. Yes, of course. Who doesn't love that? That's always a highlight.
Especially in like January.
It gets a little challenging. Maybe not quite as fun. but they do a lot of swim time. We get them good and tired out before it's time for parents to pick them up. So that's definitely an early night when they get home. But again, we're able to give the parents the peace of mind that the children are cared for. They're also, you know, seeing some intellectual growth and getting things done that they need to get done. And they're in good hands. And you know, with United Way support, we're able to do that. We wouldn't necessarily be able to do that without United Way support. We would have to charge the parents more than we charge them. We're able to keep our prices very reasonable, you know, with the funding that we receive. We're also able to have those clinics and to do transportation to the swimming pool because of the funding we receive from United Way.
Well, thank you. Well, along that line of costs, do they have to be members of the Y? Do they, are the costs associated? Do you have for scholarships? How does the cost part work?
Sure. We have a couple different options. We do have member and potential member rates, so you don't have to be a member. But I always tell mom, dad, especially if they sign them up at the beginning of the school year, a youth membership is $12 a month. The member rate for after school is $155. The non-member is $180.
Wow.
So
you're saving money.
You're saving money. They also get the discount when they participate in soccer or swim lessons or any of our other things. So it just, we do that intentionally because we want them to have a membership, have access to the Y, and also use the Y, have discounted rates. It's $155 for members, $180 for potential members, and then we also include all days or teacher work days. So if you sign on at the beginning of the year for members, it's $180, and then for non-members, it's $220. But that's all of the care you're going to need.
That covers teacher work day. Does it cover snow days or
It
that
does
type
cover
thing?
snow days.
Okay.
What we found is sometimes we have to do an adjustment towards the end of the school year, but typically if they're taking away, if they're having a snow day, they're taking away a teacher work day. So it really kind of balances out. We typically do not provide care the first day of a major snow event, and again, that's just for safety.
You're most likely probably not open either. So.
Exactly. If we're closed, we can't have the kiddos here.
Yeah. If you guys can't get to work, you can't have the kids here.
Right.
So you do offer with teacher work day, we do offer with bad weather. So the after school program, if someone was interested in signing their kid up, what do they do to be part of the after school program?
Sure. Initially, you do need to come down to the Y. There's a registration form. It's actually a packet. It's pretty extensive that you need to fill out because we need to know if there are any medication issues, any allergy issues. We want the parents to know up front what to expect, what our program's going to offer, what we can and can't do. So they'll fill out that packet, and then we actually give them a slip of paper to give to their teacher at school, and the teacher knows, oh, this kiddo is good to stay. You know, he'll be taken care of by the Y today. So it's a fast process. Once you're registered, you can your child can attend that day.
Oh, wonderful. Well, another program that's funded by the United Way is your summer adventures for when school's out. Let's talk a little bit about that. How does that program kind of work?
Sure. Summer Camp SOAR. That's a big camp for us. It's a lot of fun. We open registration on the 1st and we're 20% full.
Wow.
Yes, so we typically fill up by the end of April, beginning of May at the very least, and we start a wait list. So it's a good program for us. They do a little bit of everything. We did start a new program last year called our Bead Incentive Program. And at the beginning of the week of camp, the children meet with a counselor and they decide what activities they want to participate in that week. And that could be archery, tennis, basketball, arts and crafts, creative arts, which is going to be more like dance and music and whatnot. But they pick several of those they want to focus on for the week. And then each task they're able to complete, they get a bead to add to a keychain at the end of the week. And you would think that those beads are made of gold. They're just made of plastic.
Some important beads, aren't
they? So they get competitive about it, and they really want to make sure that they achieve everything that they had set out for the week. So the bead program has been an additional change. Cassie Velarde instituted that. She's from YMCA Camp Weaver, which is our large outdoor and residential camp. So she was able to bring some of that outdoor residential type fun to our camp, and it really has been beneficial.
Oh, wow. Well, what are some? Do you do theme weeks? What do you kind of do?
We do
for the summer.
We do theme weeks. We're doing traveling around the world this year, so we've kind of incorporated that. We're going to have some Zumba. We're going to have some fun things for the kids to do. Some of our new field trips for this year will be Freedom Park. I know they've installed a new flash pad.
Oh, well, they're almost done. I drive by the bulldozers every day. They're almost done.
They have until May. They need to go ahead and make that happen. We are doing an all-day field day with Greensboro Parks and Recs out at Barber Park. So that's going to be a ton of fun. Basically, the entire park will be ours. The splash pad, all of the equipment. So that's something new for us, and all of the Ys are coming together. So that will be all of the summer camp. So again, it's a couple hundred kids. They'll have fun. There'll be some really tired counselors and kids at the end of the day. We're going to the Tennis Hall of Fame, Sky Zone, Zoo, Chinquapin, some of the old favorites, Ferry Stone Park. But we get them moving on a larger field trip at least once a week, and then some of the smaller ones, JC Park, Country Park, some of those maybe twice or several times a week. Because when you're here for 12 weeks of the summer, it can get a little old.
Yes, that whole there's nothing to do.
Yes.
Yeah, and gotta find something to do.
You got it. Some of those kiddos are here with us from 7 a.m. until 6 p.m. All summer long. So we have to keep it interesting for them, or we'll have behavior issues. So we do try to keep them moving. We have gardening that we've done in the past, plan to do that again. And again, the weekly devotions and the character development, that continues through the summertime as well.
So that's all tied into the program.
It is. And we do have a lot of our after schoolers who will continue with us for summer camp. So again, they know what to expect. And we try to keep it as consistent as we can. Well,
for the summer camp, is it an all or nothing kind of thing, or can they register for weeks? How does that work?
Yeah, it's great. We actually, since you can look at our lovely registration packet and see exactly where we're going each week. So maybe you're an at-home mom and you really don't need the childcare, but you would like some socialization or a fun field trip for your child. You can choose the week we're going to Ashford Zoo, or you can choose the week that we're doing that all-day field day if they're like to be outside. So yeah, we have some that do all 12. We have some that will do 1 or 2, and we're fine with either one. The amount of children we're able to serve the last 3 weeks of summer camp goes down because we do have some college kids that help us out, and they have to go back.
Okay.
So it's important, especially if you need care in those last 3 weeks, to go ahead and get registered now. To register, there's no registration fee, but we do ask for a $15 deposit for every week you'd like to hold. That then comes off the weekly cost. Not losing anything, that just gonna
You're just kind of prepaying that $15 for that week,
Yep.
just so you can make sure you have that kid listed.
Yes, and then we do require payment for that week 2 Fridays before the week, because again, we do have a wait list. And if you're decided you changed your beach trip and you don't need us that week, we want to make sure we can get a parent who needs child care. We can slide that child on in there.
Okay, all right. Well, with after school, you know, there was some scholarship opportunity. Do you have that for the summer programs as well?
We do. We are definitely running out pretty fast there. So if you need some scholarship assistance with that, you need to come on in sooner than later and get it done so we can get it processed. We do still have some dollars available.
So the theme for that is, if you're interested in the summer program,
Yes.
you better get on in here because it's filling up quick.
Yeah, limited quantities and limited assistance as well.
Well, besides just, those are the 2 programs that the United Way helps to fund, but
Yes.
obviously the YMCA has a lot of other things that it does. So what are some other things that you're here to offer the community?
Sure. We'll start with some of the other kid-centric things that we offer. We do have our sports camps coming up this summer, and we actually have added several. So we have
wow.
boys basketball, girls basketball, tennis, soccer, dance, and cheerleading.
Oh, wonderful.
So lots of opportunities, and those are half-day camps. The soccer camp is done in the evening. The rest of the camps are done in the morning, and they're great. We have a lot of participation with that. We love our coaches. We've retained those for several years. Tennis is brand new for us, so we were able to add that. It's going to be exciting, I think. So again, we have some sports camp opportunities. We always have swim lessons year-round, and I did fail to mention, for summer camp, our goal is for especially our campers who are going to be with us for the entire summer, if they come in a life jacket, we want them to have a band and be able to swim anywhere in the pool before they leave.
Yeah, we've talked about that
I love
positive
that.
peer pressure
It
in the past
is.
to get those kids swimming and not necessarily afraid of water and being
Right.
comfortable out there.
You'll have a whole camp's worth of kids standing on the pool deck cheering for them to make it down that lap lane to get there. And again, Cassie Velarde will offer swim lessons to those children to help them get there. My child was one of those. She was a step dweller. Did not want to come off of the steps, but a summer of camp, and she gained some confidence, so that was helpful.
Wonderful. Well, so other than kid-centric programs,
Yes.
what else do we have going on at our local Y?
Sure. So just a little bit overall. Membership units, that means one family or one youth or one senior. We have a little over 2,200 units.
Oh, wow.
People-wise, we're about 4,500 people. So that's a lot of folks. And our largest categories are going to be seniors, which is great. We have a lot of insurance companies who actually, the Medicare supplement pays for their membership. So we love to see our active seniors.
Is that part of the Silver Sneakers program?
It is. It's
Okay.
Silver Sneakers and Silver and Fit and Get Active. There are many new programs. It's
Oh,
it's a
wow.
learning curve for us in January. It's fun to get everybody in the right
Category.
silo. Yeah, that was a challenge. But then our second largest category is actually 2 adult with dependents. So it's going to be your family memberships and then 1 adult with dependents. So we really are seeing everyone, you know, from cradle to grave is what we say. We have something for just about everyone. Our Silver Sneakers classes are actually bursting at the seams. They will arrive 15 minutes and wait at the door for the earlier class to end, and then they're there staking out their area. It gets a little territorial, but it's good. And I will tell you, they notice very quickly if someone's missing, and they will come to the front desk and say, "Well, have you seen Rose? I know she's usually our Tuesday, Thursday person, and we haven't seen her since last Tuesday." So we're able to follow up and make sure. Those social connections are so super important for seniors, and we see that they have a lot of those here. Another new class that we have is Les Mills Body Pump, and that's a cardio and weight class combined. We have seen tremendous growth in that area. We, again, that'll be our younger category folks, but they'll be at the door waiting to set up their bench and their weights and their plates. That and Strong by Zumba, which you've heard of Zumba. Strong by just adds, it's a little next level.
Is there weights involved?
There are.
Is it
And
cardio too, or just?
It is.
Oh, wow.
It's great. We, Sabrina, our wellness director, just informed me that we had 28 folks in this room for a Strong by class.
Oh, wow.
So that's a lot. That's our group exercise.
May need to do 2
has
Strong
increased.
by classes.
Oh yes, we've added a ton. We'll continue to adjust. But the classes have really become popular. And again, it's just about getting people engaged, because yes, you're you're working on your health, you're working on your wellness, but it's about your well-being. It's about connecting to other people and being part of the community.
And that's one of the things I'd like to point out about our Ys. They're not health clubs. They're not where you just go and be yourself and work out or whatever. There's so much going on. It is community oriented.
Yes. We're not just a swimming gym.
No.
We don't want to be. That's not our niche. We're here for lots of other needs besides that. We are setting up for our Healthy Kids Day, and we have some of our seniors that ask to volunteer for that. That's coming in May on May 4th. We have that out at Reidsville City Lake during our soccer games, and a lot of people really help in the community. We have fire and rescue, police, EMS, folks from the library come out. It's a good time, and we have a lot of help with it.
Well, what other things, you mentioned the soccer games coming up, what other things do you have coming up if the community wanted to be involved or to help the Y in some way?
Sure, we are always absolutely recruiting for volunteer coaches. We struggle with that because we have 220 kiddos playing soccer right now. That takes a lot of coaches, and those are volunteer coaches. That's not a paid position. Again, that's how my journey began with the Y. My husband and I coached my now 24-year-old son when he was 3. And it's a lot to ask for someone to, number one, probably pay for your child to play the sport and then assume the responsibility of coaching. But I can tell you, after 20 plus years of coaching, it's very rewarding and very well worth it, and the coach gets as much out of it as the kiddos do, for sure. So we always need help with that. We accept volunteers in our play zone, which is our child care area. We always have, of course, a person on staff there, but it's always good to have extra hands. We have a gentleman, Mr. Charlie, that comes for story time. So he'll come and read to the children once a week, and that's proved to be very helpful. Then we have our special events. So again, like Healthy Kids Day, we have vendors that come out, volunteers that come out for that and paint faces or help with our healthy food taste testing or run an obstacle course. Again, just to get the kids moving and active. And in the fall, we'll have our turkey trot, which is our pretty large 5K that for the past...
Your number one fundraiser?
It is. For the past 2 years, we've had a health fair in conjunction with that, and we plan to continue that as well. The runners really enjoy the health fair because they have something to do while they're waiting on the race to finish. So that's really a lag time when you're waiting for everyone to get off the course. So that gives them time that they can learn about different things that's going on.
Well, very good. Well, we've talked about all the programs you have, specifically the 2 that United Way helps to fund. What would your programming look like without United Way dollars?
Sure. I strongly believe that we would have much fewer children in our program overall, just because we're able to keep the overall prices down due to that funding. It's so crucial for us. Not only that, but it allows us to go to the Ashboro Zoo, to go to Sky Zone. Those are some pretty expensive field trips, but we feel like those things that children need. So without the funding and support of the United Way, it simply wouldn't be possible. Summer wouldn't be as fun for the kids. Peace of mind wouldn't be as good for the parents.
Well, thank you for speaking with us today, Heather. We greatly appreciate your time. We have discussed how the United Way can make a difference in the lives of your neighbors, friends, and family members. Your United Way needs your support. Rockingham County needs you. Together, we can make a difference. Every second of every day, a life is being impacted by the United Way. For the father who has lost his job and needs to put food on the table for his children, make change happen. For the mother whose son does not have insurance and needs medical care, make a difference in someone's life. For the elderly who can no longer cook for themselves and need a meal, together we can help. For the student who is beginning to struggle in school, make a difference in someone's life. For the family who has an uninsured loved one needing end-of-life care, make a difference. For the young mother who needs to escape danger for herself and her children, together we can help. For the unexpected emergency requiring our rescue services at home, at work, on the road, in the water, in the woods, make a difference in someone's life. Please consider giving to the United Way of Rockingham County. Regardless of the amount, your gift will make a difference in your local community. For additional information on how to support your community, you may contact the Rockingham County United Way office at 336-342-7768. You can find information regarding all of our agencies and their programs and services on our website at www.uwrockingham.org. You can give by check, cash, credit card, or debit card. Rockingham County United Way is a 501c3 charitable organization. Contributions are tax deductible. Thank you for listening to the United Way of Rockingham County segment of Community Accents.